Welcome to the Experience Annex Podcasts, episode number 44. The title of the episode is How to Make More Money Online Than You Can Use in a Lifetime and Be Happy with the World. I'm talking about the type of money made by the likes of Alex Hormozi and co. In this episode, I will share with you step by step how the greatest and the biggest names online got started and the 3 immutable strategies for making more money than you can use in a lifetime. Life is full of experiences, and it's good you learn from the experience of others. I'm Paul Uduk. My students call me the coach, and some of my friends call me Mr. Unstoppable. I'm the creator of Book Writing Clinic and Book Writers Club and IBMC, Internet Business Mastery course, where I show friends like you how to convert ideas into intellectual property, build an empire, and succeed at scale. Yes, I'm also the creator of Okna, a Facebook group with more than 13,500 members from all over the world. We are going to cover, yes, the general overview, the 3 strategies to make more money than you can spend, a brief on tactics, and what you should do right now. Let's dive in. What would you do if you had a magic wand that spits out money? I mean, $300 million every day of your life for you to spend to your heart's desire. This is not utopia. Officially, Jeff Bezos' net worth was $205 billion as at April 1st, 2024. To put that in context, Elon Musk was worth $192.7 billion. Bill Gates was worth $129.9 billion, and Warren Buffett was worth $132.8 billion. Meanwhile, the king of the kings, Bernard Arnold, the world's richest man, had a net worth of $213 billion, according to Forbes. At that same time, Jeff Bezos, together with his ex-wife, Mackenzie, founded Amazon on July 5th, 1994. No one really knew for sure how e-commerce would evolve. The bulk of the technologies were still rudimentary. It required a ton of faith to jump in. Between 1995 and the year 2001, the world entered the era of the internet bubble. And within 10 years, many of the fly-by-night internet millionaires, wannabes, had fallen by the wayside. However, as at April 16th this year, Amazon's market capitalization was $1.91 trillion, according to NASDAQ. So, what did Jeff Bezos do differently? When asked why he dropped out of Harvard, Bill Gates said the opportunity the computer era presented was so huge it would never happen again in his lifetime. So he had to be part of it rather than stay at Harvard. Bill Gates set out to become the master of the computer era. In 2007, Harvard awarded him an honorary doctorate degree. So it was with Jeff Bezos. He set out to become the master of the e-commerce, the master of the internet. Jeff Bezos was already earning over $500,000 per year at a high-flying investment firm, G.E. Shaw, company started researching the internet around 1990. In Winners and Losers, author Kyran Levis recounts that when Bezos was doing the cash flow projection to estimate the feasibility of the yet to be formed company, what he saw was mind-boggling. The company would be growing at over 1,000% per year. No matter how he tweaked his cash flow using a technique financial analysts call stress testing, the company will still be growing at a mind-numbing rate of 1,000% per year. A strategist who could see 20 years into the future, indeed, seeing what others couldn't see, he grabbed his then girlfriend, Mackenzie, jumped into his Chevy Blazer, and headed to Washington to set up Amazon. He chose the name Amazon so that the company would rank high on yet to be formed Google. As the cliche goes, the rest is history. So, this is what Jeff Bezos did. Bill Gates, before him, the Amazon founder, noted the trends. Just like Bill Gates, before him, the Amazon founder noted the trends. He discerned the humongous potential of the internet long before others could even awaken to what it portended. He concluded that the internet or online business was the future, and such an opportunity may not present itself again in his lifetime. So he had to seize the moment, and he did with ironclad conviction. While others, including his ex-buddies at D.E. Shaw, considered him mad for throwing away all the opportunities he had at the investment firm. He was the youngest senior vice president at the firm at the age of 26. But Bezos knew better. While you may not be able to set up another Amazon and become the richest man in the planet, yet there are certain strategies and tactics you can adopt to position yourself for stupendous wealth and success. How to make money, how to make more money than you can use in a lifetime and be happy with the world will guide you accordingly. This podcast. So listen and listen carefully. 3 strategies to make more money than you can spend. Number 1, watch and embrace trends. We are not talking about any trends here, but massive trends, the type that alter industries, trade, society, and how people live. This is the number 1 key. All empires were built on trends. Colonialism, slave trade, apartheid, all sad but true. Andrew Carnegie, John Rockefeller, Ford, General Electric, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Alibaba were all based on trends, were all built based on trends. Take Ford for your typical example. Ford got his start as the horse-drawn cart era was giving way to the automobile. The internal combustion engine had been invented, but no one knew how to commercialize it. So Ford latched onto the trend and became the richest man of his era. Bill Gates latched onto the computer era as the typewriter gave way to the computer and became the richest man of his era. Jeff Bezos, aware of history, latched onto the internet revolution and became the richest man of his era. Now, another era, the Internet of Things, AI, and so many others, is brewing. Will you latch onto it? Number 2, embrace the mind of the strategist. I would equally call this strategy the philosophy of take no prisoners. The strategist sees in his mind's eye what others cannot comprehend and goes all out to achieve it. The strategist will do everything lawfully within his power to win. He takes no prisoners. Again, take Bill Gates as an example. He was willing to jump ship from Harvard to learn coding until his fingers went numb. According to legend, Gates, that's Bill Gates, sometimes learned coding for 18 hours non-stop. He was so determined that some of his buddies, his friends, left him, accusing him of being too intense. The same also can be said of Jeff Bezos. He was willing to invest and run Amazon at a loss for close to 14 years because he could see what others couldn't. According to legend also, Gates sometimes learned coding for 18 hours non-stop. He was so determined that some of his buddies left him, accusing him of being too intense. And the same of Steve Jobs. And the same can also be said of Jeff Bezos. Not to forget Steve Jobs. He voluntarily left, others say he was sacked. He voluntarily left the company he co-founded because others couldn't comprehend his wishy-washy vision of leaving a dent in the universe. He did go back to save Apple. So strategists stay the course, and they are glued to their course. They are like messiahs. Even when their disciples abandon them, they cling to their faith, fully convinced of the of the righteousness of their mission. Warren Buffett epitomizes this philosophy in spades. He has built and grown his Berkshire Hathaway based on this philosophy since 1965. Yes, since 1965. Count how many years. Third, focus on the customer. Without a customer, there is no business, there is no market. Without a market, there is no business. And without a business, you can't make money. This idea is uncannily simple. You can count companies that pay attention to it in your fingertips. Amongst them is Amazon. Jeff Bezos built his empire on the lofty mantra of "it's always the one," and the vision to build the most customer-centric company on the planet. He says it and sticks to it. With the vision, computer on every desk, Bill Gates designed software that made using the computer a breeze, so you don't have to be a geek to use a computer. Technically, it's called GUI, Graphical User Interface. But for every layman, we laymen know it as Windows. Whether Gates invented Windows or not are straws in the wind. When Ford took his eyes off the customer by insisting on they could have it in any color so long as it is black, he stumbled massively, and GM leapfrogged Ford within a few short years. You can be insanely wealthy if you can focus on the customer and give her or him everything he wants. It was not for nothing that Harry Gordon Selfridge coined the phrase, the customer is always right, way back in 1909. This is what made the late Sam Walton of Walmart fame. This is what the late Sam Walton of the Walmart fame, who at his time became the world's richest person, said about customer care. The two most important words I ever wrote were on that first Walmart sign: satisfaction guaranteed. They are still up there and they have made all the difference. The customer may not always know what he or she wants when there is what Andy Grove of Intel's firm called an inflection point. But you take the customer for granted at your own peril. Jeff Bezos, as we earlier affirmed, has built Amazon from day one on the single philosophy of building the most customer-centric company on the planet. You may sometimes spend 3 hours trying to buy a book on Amazon and get frustrated. But that experience doesn't detract from Amazon's business philosophy. These are Jeff Bezos' most famous quotes on customer centricity and how he runs Amazon. A short break to tell you who I am. Hi, I'm Paul Uduk. After 25 years in the banking industry, I said goodbye to banking and founded Vision and Talent Training Group and began a new career as a training consultant in 2010. Today, Vision and Talent works with some of Nigeria's biggest financial institutions, manufacturing, and oil and gas companies, some of them Fortune 500. In 2015, I founded Book Writing Clinic and Book Writers Club to help aspiring authors tell the world their stories and make their dreams of becoming published authors a reality. In 2020, I founded IBMC, where I teach business people and aspiring online entrepreneurs how to set up their online businesses the right way. Altogether, more than 700 candidates have registered for BWC and IBMC. It's now your turn to register. I'm inviting you to register. Go to my website, pauluduk.com, pauluduk.com, and register. Now, back to the episode. If you do build a great experience, customers tell each other about that. Word of mouth is very powerful. That is one of Jeff Bezos' quotes. We expect all our businesses to have a positive impact on our top and bottom lines. Profitability is very important to us, or we wouldn't be in this business. So thus, being customer-centric enables you to even be more profitable. There are two kinds of companies: those who work to try to charge more and those that work to charge less. We will be the second. That's Jeff Bezos quotes. So there you are, the three immutable strategies that position you to make more money than you can spend in a lifetime. Watch and embrace trends, 1. Embrace the mind of the strategies, 2. And focus on the customer, 3. The most successful and wealthiest people of all time, not in any particular order: Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Bernard Arnault, Warren Buffett, Larry Ellison, Amancio Ortega, Mark Zuckerberg, to mention only 7, all embrace these 3 immutable strategies. A brief on tactics. We have covered in broad strokes the three immutable strategies that position you to make more money than you can spend in a lifetime. The question on your mind now will be, what of tactics? In reply, I'd say tactics will vary according to the type of business you wish to run or are running. At any rate, if you wish to dig deeper into the minutest details, how to serve the customer with passion, grace, and elan, grab the Kindle version of my book, Bridges to the Customer's Heart, dubbed the Customer Service Bible, right on Amazon. Most people mix up tactics and strategy. You hear about the 5 forces model, first mover advantage, the 6 Sigma framework, big technology driven, and the Kano model. All these are elegant names for understanding the market. You would not hear business rock stars like Richard Branson talk about models. The only language you hear from Branson is what's in it for the customer. In this pantheon of contrarian icons is Ted Turner of CNN fame, Herb Kelleher of Southwest Airlines fame, and Oprah Winfrey of Oprah fame. So, if you really want to understand and understand the customer and accordingly the market, here are 4 questions you should ask and continue asking day in and day out. Number 1, who is the customer? Number 2, what does she or he want? Number 3, how should the service or products be best packaged and delivered? And number 4, what is the path to continuous improvement? The Japanese used these questions to become masters of the universe. Yes, the Japanese perfected these ideas in the 70s based on the teachings of 3 masters, Dr. W. Edward Deming, Dr. Joseph Durand, and Philip Crosby. The Uber guru, Tom Peters, popularized the idea in his In Search of Excellence, written with Robert Waterman Jr., and the idea of customer service caught fire all over the world. So, while vision is about seeing the unseen and bringing it to fruition, strategy is deciphering how to get from here to there, and tactics is about how you will shine before the customer, or in broader terms, how you excel in the market through everyday action. Tactics shows you how to bend and dance with the wind. It's about the day-to-day execution of your goals and plans. How do you wish to add and continue adding value to the customer? How do you want to be perceived? Experts call this positioning. In summary, focus on the customer and you'll be fine. No need to complicate anything. Grab my book, Bridges to the Customer's Heart, and learn everything you need to know about customer centricity, formerly called customer service. What should you do right now? As you can see, all the billionaires and millionaires, indeed the wealthiest people in the planet, are business people. If you want to be wealthy beyond your imagination, jump off your couch and start implementing that business idea that has been in your head all these years. Jump in with both feet. Legend has it that when Hernan Cortes, the Spanish land grabber, first arrived Mexico in about 1519, he burned all his ships and turned to his co-adventurers. See, There is no means of escape. We either fight or perish. Those were his words. He fought and overthrew the Aztec Empire. Jump in with both feet. As the Bible said, you can't be clearing a forest and think about life. Yes, it doesn't flow well in English, but I believe you understand. In simple terms, you can't eat your fish and have it. You can't eat your cake and have it. Let's be clear, business or entrepreneurship is not for everyone. If you are not cut out for business, don't worry, we can still be wealthy. You can still be wealthy beyond expectations. As for my book, Wealth Beyond Your Imagination, it's up to you. By email to paul@pauluduk.com. It's a book that will shock, awe, and inspire you. So, if business is not your cup of tea, as we say here in Nigeria, as Nigerians say, you can still make it big. Remember, the co-founder of Apple, Steve Wozniak, was not the business type. He was the tech type. He left Apple in 1985. His net worth today is estimated at $100 million. Whereas Steve Jobs was worth about $10.2 billion at the time of his death in 2011. Steve Wozniak preferred to remain a teacher and a scientist. Steve Ballmer was hired by Bill Gates in 1981 and is today worth $124.8 billion, almost the same as Bill Gates. In the same vein, Steve Jobs hired John Sculley as CEO of Apple in 1983 from his post as the Senior Vice President Sales at PepsiCo. His net worth today is between $20 million and $80 million. In effect, you can amass stupendous amount of wealth even as an employee through various incentive schemes such as share ownership. But you better be good to attract the attention of founders or owners. You see, founders may know a particular aspect of the business and may require an outsider with depth to take the reins of the company to take it to the next level. That is where you come in if you don't like dating your hands by forming a business. As I earlier said, you better know your onions. However, this episode is for those who never said die. It's for those who are willing to jump onto the arena of entrepreneurship and make things happen. Not just anything, but big things. More importantly, this episode is for those who want to crush it online because that's the future. If you know what, and you know what, Nigerians are already crushing it online. Take the case of Linda Ikeji, one of the few bloggers that saw farther than others about what online news broadcasting or blogging was all about. She started her blog in the year 2006, and her net worth is estimated at between $7 and $10 million. Even at $7 million, Linda is worth in excess of 8.4 billion naira. That is the local currency. Think about that. If you started as an employee in a bank in 2006, you'd probably be hitting senior manager position in your 17th year, everything being equal, and earning about 1.5 million per month, living hand to mouth with little net worth. So, these are the 4 things you should do right now. First, make up your mind to go into online business full time. No half measures. 2, learn everything there is to know about online business. Get my full beginner's guide, the 3-page summary, or the all-new IBMC brochure by email to Paul at pauluduk.com. Paul at pauluduk.com. And I send it to you. 3, be willing to invest a little amount. All you need is a laptop, a smartphone, and data. Here are the few things you need to know about online business. The internet is huge, and you can do virtually anything, and you can make it big. Indeed, you are limited only by your imagination. Remember, you must focus on what the market wants. You must focus on the customer. Having said that, here are some models you can consider. Marketplaces like eBay or Konga. E-commerce or marketing platform like Jumia, Konga, Amazon. E-commerce. Sell things you don't own, like called drop shipping. Online training or coaching and consulting. Blogging, smart blogger, blogging like Linda Ikeji, breaking news. Do not dabble into a business that requires lumpy capital outlay at the beginning, especially those of us that have no money. Start small and scale gradually as your customer base grows. So, your best bet is to focus on online course creation or blogging. But know that blogging is not that straightforward. To make money from blogging, you must understand how bloggers make money. The two are almost similar, but there are subtle differences. That is online course creation and blogging. A winning internet strategy requires you to 1, create remarkable content. 2, share it with the right people. 3, find what works and do more of it. You will agree with me, it's not nuclear science. If only you can make up your mind, because it all begins with the right mindset. An African proverb says, no matter how short a person is, he or she can still see the sky. My friend, you can see the internet sky if you can just take the first step. Begin. If you do, you will make more money online than you can use in a lifetime, like Jeff Bezos, and be happy with the world. Is that too much? A dream? That's too much to dream for? You can join IBMC, Internet Business Mastery course, that I run by going to the program page on my website, www.pauluduk.com, or asking for a brochure by email to paul at pauluduk.com. This is the end of the episode. You can make more money online than you can use in a lifetime if you dare to dream. The key is jumping online today and starting your empire just as Jeff Bezos did. You never can tell where it will take you. Keep building. Subscribe to the channel if you find what I share here valuable. Until the next episode, be unstoppable.